My microphone was off. Hello! I am Space Shark, also known as Carson. Michael does that intro a lot better than I do. So, and I already fucked it up. So I'm gonna abandon that. Nice to see you, J-Girl. Nice to see you, Trom. Here, let's get some waiting room music on. There we go. Good old Dragon Roost Island. Someday we're gonna play Wind Waker on the stream. Yeah, so this is something that I'm gonna start doing at the beginning of Streamsekai, where we got a little bit of a casual chat waiting room until we get enough people to play. And Trum also just subbed, so thank you so much. I will get the piano, because that is what is closest to me. Give me one sec. At you when I play Wind Waker? Absolutely. Wind Waker is actually, I believe it's my favorite Zelda game. I had to think about it for a while, and throughout the course of a couple of years. But I decided, yeah, you know what? I have some of the best Zelda memories through Wind Waker. Sorry, my cord was caught. I'm going to have to spin this way so that it's untangled. There we go. But yeah, Wind Waker is definitely top of the list for favorite Zelda game. Wind Waker was your first? Oh man. My first Zelda game, so I had the Super Nintendo and had every opportunity Why did you die, Light? Please. We're not playing Dying Light. We're playing... We're playing Streamsekai. Oh, that's what happened. See, this is why we have the pre-stream talk show. Where are you? There you are. So that any tech goblins can be dealt with. There we go. Okay, I got the piano. Now I gotta play Trum's subscribing song. What is a good one? Let's go with... Well, I was there on the day they stole the cars from the Queen, and as the lights all went out, we watched our lives on the screen. I hate the ending myself, but it started with an alright scene. It was the roar of the crowd that gave me heartache to sing. It was a lie when they smiled. Sorry. It was a lie when they smiled and said you won't feel a thing. And as we ran from the cops, we laughed so hard it would sting. Yeah, oh. If I'm so wrong, how can we listen all night long? How could it happen long after you're gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. There we go. Thanks for subscribing, Trom. Designing a new D&D character, an Aasimar wizard. Oh man, Aasimar is so fun to play as. Any idea of what they're, like, if they're gonna have a specialization or something? I know whenever I decide to make, a magic-using character, I choose one thing that they're gonna be super good at. Kinda like an archetype, you know? This might actually help, so that people don't pop in and think that I'm just chatting. New source. Oh man, that is crunchy, isn't it? Give me one sec. There we go. That looks a lot cleaner. Not yet? You don't even have a name for her? Ah, fair enough. I completely get it. Sometimes you just have a really, really good idea, and you just gotta get it down. That was me. I've been wanting to play... I guess the way to say it would be like a math magician. Essentially, they are a magic user who is more of a physicist. Like, they want to know the foundations of magic and the rules that it imprints on the universe. And their ultimate goal is to find the connection between divine and arcane magic. I haven't been able to use them yet, and as such, I only really have the idea on paper and nothing else. But, Yeah, it's a really neat idea that I really want to explore. What else should I talk about? Oh yeah, we're gonna be starting Shark Week. Not this week, but the week afterwards. If you guys don't know what Shark Week is, it's a bit early, but since I'm gonna be moving pretty soon, I don't want to risk it. It's my my 2-year stream anniversary, and in order to really celebrate the strides that we've made this year, I want to really highlight the people that have helped me. From the looks of it, let's just take a look at my list. We're probably going to have Dead Aussie Gamer, most of the Fool's Gold crew. I think we're gonna have Julian's player if I can time it right. My friends Aatrox and Puduk, who were on some Mario Party streams with me earlier. And if I can swing it, I don't know if I'll be able to, but Robert Hartley might be joining us. So it's just going to be this big celebration, and it's going to start on the 24th of July with in-person Jackbox with the Jackbox crew, plus friends. There's going to be like 9 of us in this basement. And there's probably going to be also a lot of boxes. Just throwing that out there. I gotta start packing pretty soon, so... Quick reminder that in order to play Streamsekai, I need at least 3 people in chat to have a diverse audience to to participate in the actions of our character Core and Kadia. So, if you want to participate, just make sure that you say something in chat. J-Girl, I know that you're just here to watch, so I hope you enjoy watching. This week I decided to binge a TV show that I only ever watched at the dentist's. It was a show called Chaotic, and it had like a whole card game that came with it. And it was a really good show. It didn't have any right being as like nuanced as it was. Like most of the episodes weren't just generic like I play a card game, but like it actually explored the lore of the world too. Which I think was pretty unique to that show. And it had a really good message where it's like, there are 4 tribes. The Overworlders, which are like, what people would consider to be the good guys. The Underworlders, which were just like demons, among other things. The Danians, which were the bug people, and the Mepedians, which were the lizard folk. And all of them had like, They were warring with each other and had their own motivations, and they weren't all, like, good guys or bad guys. And they had a really unique relationship with the people who teleported into the world. So, I don't know, kinda gave me some ideas for world building that I hadn't considered. Having to switch a character that you were going to use for a campaign because of some things the character you were going to use kind of hits too close to home right now. Making a new one to avoid a breakdown. Fair enough. One thing I really advocate for is using tabletop RPGs as a way to explore certain feelings that you're going through. But when they're raw like that, and it's too much to deal with, that can really ruin the experience for you. So maybe consider playing her when you're in a bit of a better place to help you explore those feelings. I know with Arena, I was exploring some abandonment stuff that I had at the time, so I wanted to include that, as well as, like, my relationship with arrogance. Arena was kind of an arrogant person, and I had a really big problem with that when I was in, geez, all throughout school. I'm gonna open my cider. Oh, one thing I also forgot to add to the character sheets was your new spells. So, when I get a chance later this week, I'll make some some updated versions. For anyone currently in the chat, here. Here's an explanation of what Streamsekai is. Here's our main character. Our kobold companion. And, if you need to see them, the character sheets. Pretty sure all of my stuff's sent, so we just have to wait for people to come in. A lot of times I'll take a look at my my post on Twitter and be like, oh shit, did I spell something wrong? Just add another? I mean, it's only a couple of them, but I probably could. Let's repurpose something. What do I got? Let's move you up here. Edit this. Where are you? There you are. I need to change your color. There we go. Now you have your oddly out of place spell that you designed last stream. That will be on the actual sheet in a second. No, I say a second. By the next stream. It's Feather, Create Water, Tinder, and Circle of Flame. Yeah, I just need a few more people in the chat so that we can get this show on the road. Actually, you know what might be a good way to do this? Let's try it this way. Hey, Bandicoot! I think, actually, this might be a good way to set things up. If I make a poll, that might be a good way to gauge how many people are here. There we go. And then that way I'll know how many people I have ready to go. Did I ask? No, I just said hi. I just had a brilliant idea where I put the poll up, and then once there are enough people in the Yes, I'll Be Playing column, we can start. As Ismo would say, it's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant! What else is new? Aside from getting ready to move. Man, I've been applying for so many apartments that have just ghosted me. It sucks. Oh, you got a new kitten? Let's take a look at pet pics. Oh, it's adorable. Also, that blanket looks super comfy. Sorry, I just had to remark on that because it legitimately looks super comfy. At least the cat's specifically having a good time, too. What are the poll options? Oh, just gauging readiness to play the game. So once I get 3 votes in the Yes, I'll Be Playing section, we can start. And then that's a good way to figure out how many people we have, instead of having to say it all the time. And that way I can just sort of keep chatting with you guys until that bar fills. Named her Caramel, and yes, it's comfy. Caramel's a good name. The cat that we had rescued, the home that we gave her to, it turns out that 2 of the people are allergic, so we're gonna have to take her back. It's the cat that I posted earlier. Yeah, I'm glad, because, like, she has been there for 1 day, and they're, like, one of the kids, their, like, nose is really runny, and I think the wife, her, eyes are getting red, so I'll set up on your laptop. Nice! She is really cute. Unfortunately, I can't take her personally, because I'm having a hard time finding apartments as it is, and if I have a pet to take with me, that's gonna be even worse. So... yeah, so she's gonna be staying with my parents for a while. Hey, once I settle, we'll see. It's also like... Let's convert to miles for you, Yanks. It's like 745 miles away. So I don't know if I would subject a cat to that long of a drive or a flight. Reminder for folks in chat, if you're going to be playing Streamsekai with us, hit number 1 in the chat, and it'll add you to the poll. If you just want to play and watch, by all means, hitting 2 in the chat will let me know that you're here. Yeah, the distance is a bit much. Caramel, 3 dogs, you have 4 pets, and you're in the US. That's absolutely fair. Honestly, I hope my parents keep her. Her name's Daisy, and earlier this year, our cat Smokey passed away, and left our other cat Chester without a friend. And noticeably, while she was here, he was less lonely, like he didn't yowl as much. So I think he was happy to have a friend. How's my day been? Pretty chill. I decided to just do nothing today, you know? I was gonna do some packing, but I don't know. I just decided to take it off. I watched some stuff on YouTube, made myself some dinner. God, if you go into the Discord and go under food pictures, I made chicken breasts stuffed with provolone and spinach, topped with an onion and thyme glaze, fresh parsley, and crispy onions. On a bed of roasted vegetables, I got some potatoes, some cauliflower, some butternut squash, and some shallots, with a little smear of truffle aioli. That was my night. That's often recommend Paris for cats? That absolutely makes sense. Just jumped on your shoulder and scared you, oh boy. Animals do grieve, yeah. Well, what really irked me was so when our cat Smokey was taken away, he was taken in a cat carrier, right? And when my mom went to go take this cat, like this kitten, to her new home, she used the same cat carrier. So, you know, our cat Chester already has PTSD for one of his friends being taken away and not coming back with that cat carrier. if another cat is taken away and doesn't come back, it's gonna really reinforce that. So, just weird choices all around, but I can't do anything, because, you know, it's not something that I have a choice in the matter of. Alright. Well, it's been like half an hour since we started the stream. I'm sure we can do this with 2 players as long as you guys are active. Let's, here. Let's get started with the recap. My name's Korin Kadoya. On my way home from Nakano Broadway, I was crushed by a falling aircraft part and reincarnated as an adventurer in another world with a set of magic trading cards that let me change my abilities. When I woke up this morning, Muro wasn't there. Good thing I remembered she was working for Dunnan, otherwise I'd be searching all around town. She greeted me when I went to the general store and was pretty proud of the work she did. Dunnan even gave her a book that was helping her learn this world's language. I also learned that Dunnan trades collectibles in this world, so I was able to haggle the price down of a booster pack. I got a few new skills, most notably a spell called Magic Ride, Circle of Flame. Mura and I took the horse back on the stables once she was done work, since our horse got hurt. The stable master was happy because we were responsible enough to take her there right away, so he sold the horse to us for 100,000 eris. She'll be better by tomorrow morning, so we named her Catherine and let him do his work. I still had some money left over from the quest we just did, so we went over to the shopping district to grab some new gear. Mura's been kind of unclothed this entire time, so we popped by the clothier/blacksmith. This avant-garde, I think is the right way to say it, yeah? Avant-garde dwarf named Bacchus greeted us and introduced his partner Patia, who was hammering away on a project. I tried to haggle him down as well, but I accidentally made an agreement to drum up business in a week. Otherwise, Bacchus takes the armor and keeps the money. He was gonna take Mura's cape too, so good thing Patia yelled at him for leaving her naked if that happens. Looks like we got a new quest. As we walked out, though, this goth person walked up to us. Alright, and I will take this chance to turn off the waiting text, slap on the weapon bar, and okay, there you go, music. I will do that. Oh, this is terribly impolite. I haven't even given my name yet. Very well. I shall give an introduction according to the Crimson Magic Clan's tradition. The pinnacle of grace standing before you is the Crimson Magic Clan's one and only chief researcher of the multiverse, the pursuer of parallel planes, and wielder of creation magic, Dojan. And this goth person gives you a tip of their top hat and a polite bow. Nice to meet you, Dojan. We were just going to leave the store. Did you want to go in? Whatever do you mean? I'm not here for paltry clothing. I'm here for you. And your friend there. Korin, do you know who this is? Do you not know who I am? Well, of course not. After all, you aren't of this world, are you? Dojan has called you out on not being of this world. In fact, also knows that Mura isn't. Do you folks have anything to say to Dojan about that? Dojan has just introduced themselves as the Crimson Magic Clans. What was the question? Oh, do you want to... So Dojan has just introduced themselves as the Crimson Magic Clans, researcher into the multiverse. And, despite you not telling anyone aside from Dunnan, knows that you're a reincarnated person, and so is Mura. If there's anything you want to specifically ask Dojan, now would be the time. Otherwise, I can continue. I see you got your friend some proper clothing as well. Having her walk around in just a cape for, what's it been? 4 days? That must have been rough, wasn't it, darling?
Yeah, it was kind of drafty, but... what do you want with us?
Why? I would like to research you, of course. Researcher into the multiverse? Who are you and where are you from? You must have not heard my introduction earlier. Very well. I will say it again. The pinnacle of grace standing before you is the Crimson Magic Clans. That's not... Actually, having Dojan repeat themselves this is good music for it. You didn't hear me before. Very well, I will give you an introduction again. The pinnacle of grace standing before you is the Crimson Magic Clan's one and only researcher of the multiverse, the pursuer of parallel planes and wielder of creation magic, Dojan. Dojan. I researched the multiverse for the Crimson Magic Clan, and my name's Dojan.
Can you say that again one more time?
Mura grins. Listen, I'm here to research you in particular. I have noticed that you do not have powers that befit a member of this world. You have a magic sword, you weird lizard thing, that says that they're a kobold even though you're not a dog. And you have a sword that you can put cards in. What do the cards do, by the way? How do you know us? Have we met before? So, you seem to know us. Have we talked? No, of course not. I've been scoping you out at a distance for, ever since you came back to town. In hindsight, that wasn't very graceful of me. I do apologize. However, for the sake of my research, I will go to any lengths. Powers? Weapon... What powers are you talking about? These old things? And you flash your trading cards at Dojan. These are just pieces of cardboard to play a game. Oh, yes? And, that time that you used your cards to make yourself more powerful in certain areas, that was just happenstance, correct? When you inserted it into your sword, and that light shone, and you were able to gain the power to defy fate, that was, I'll be point blank with you. I was behind a rock watching you talk that Toad King down. Listen, Dojan. I'm really confused right now. How about we go to the Adventurers Guild and discuss this over a meal, okay? Oh, very well. If I need to repeat myself one more time, though, I will just... I would say explode, but... Between you and me, this town has a bit of a fear of explosion magic ever since that girl Megumin came. Don't want to say that out loud, you know? Wait, what? You saw the Toad King thing? How? Wait, huh? Oh, it was quite simple. I saw that you took the quest and followed you outside of town. From a distance, of course. When you went into the cave, I was close behind. And Dojan pulls out just a pair of opera glasses. You see, I can see a great distance with these things. What does this town have against explosion magic? Oh, well, that girl Megumin. There was an attack earlier from a Dullahan, and she was able to conjure up, well, let's just say, she is an archwizard, one of the highest level of classes that you can be. And she put all of her power into her explosion magic. So you can imagine the, shall we say, oh, what's the word in your lexicon? The hydrogen bomb equivalent. I think that's something from the world that you're from. Of magic. Anyways, to the Adventurers Guild. Let's go.
Corin,
Mura kinda pulls on your shirt and tries to whisper at you.
you really think we should be talking to this weirdo? I mean, we gotta... We really have to deal with them?
Mura's saying that you can bail on Dojan if you want. Dojan is just walking towards the Adventurers Guild right now. You can just go the other way. What do you guys want to do? Would you folks like to follow Dojan? Or do you want to bolt?
No, but it's important we keep an eye on them, right? But if you think that they're dangerous... All right, fine, we'll go with them.
You two! Hurry up! Time's wasting. Dojan yells from down the street.
How do we keep track otherwise? Okay, fine, but... Just be on your guard. They don't seem like they're all there.
Deception or divergent path? I think with that, you've chosen to go to the Adventurers Guild with Dojan, right? You want to keep an eye on Dojan, so... You head over to the Adventurers Guild. Let's see if I have that. That's too cool for the Adventurers Guild. What about this one? That's too ominous. I think this is too stressful. How about this one? I think this one's fine. There we go. Are the frog friends okay? You would have to go check on them. Dojan's fashionable. Actually, I have one of these. Here. Mura, Korin, and Dojan head towards the Adventurers Guild. Grab a table, and grab a bite to eat. We'll say that you and Mura's cost like 1,000 Eris each. Because, I mean, you woke up late. Mura probably already had something, so it's not too expensive. Where's your money? Oops. So, I would like to discuss with you the terms of my research. Okay. Go on. Very, sorry. Very well. I will not repeat myself. I have introduced myself twice already. As you now know, I am the Crimson Magic Clan's chief researcher into the multiverse. My work has been a bit stalled recently because the only thing I know about the multiverse is what I get here in this universe. However, one fine day when I was out for a stroll, I noticed that there was a magic circle that appeared in the sky. I followed it, and wouldn't you know, there were you two, and a sword fell through the heavens and struck a newbie killer down in front of you. No magic that I know, at the very least no magic that I understand that exists in this world, can produce such an effect. Therefore, it is only reason to assume that something from another universe had slipped out. And that something could have also been you two. Well, that could be anyone's sword. So somebody might have been, I don't know, using a retrieval spell. Yeah, that's it, right? I'm gonna have Muda roll deception. She got 2 ones. Oh, how very cute. By the way, do you know that calling yourself a kobold in this world isn't quite accurate? Kobolds of this world are these bipedal canines. However, you're not a canine at all. You're some sort of cute, squishy lizard thing. Which, by the way, you are quite adorable. Thanks, I guess? Anyways, the matter at hand. I will be taking you two back to the Crimson Magic Village in order to study your effects. Now, come along. Time's wasting. Whoa. Isn't this a bit sudden? You say that this world is what prompted your research. Has there been any other examples? This is all very strange. We're just adventurers. Oh, there have been quite a few other examples. You see, there are these ruins that have a strange language. I overheard an adventurer call it Japanese. It was a language that I could not quite understand, but he was able to comprehend it perfectly. There are also various relics. Something that you would call manga. These tomes have been quite interesting to read. I don't quite know if they're the history of your world, but different volumes deal with different day-to-day life situations, such as romance, people in what you would call high school, pursuing true love, and turning into magical beings and fighting monsters. I understand that that is a day-to-day occurrence in your world, alongside what appear to be giant robots. One actually attacked this very village earlier on. What year is it to you? That's something that Carson needs to find out. Sorry, I gotta find out in canon what time is it. Do. I'm not seeing a canon, like, year or something. So I'm going to have to say...
Oh, of course. Time is relative to you. When you passed, it would have been a different year for you than it is over here. I say past as passed into this multiverse. Of course, you haven't experienced death yet. Oh, you are quite living and quite here, are you not?
Giant robot? What giant robot?
Oh, it must have been before you arrived. See, there was a giant mechanical beast that traveled to this town in order to destroy it. It was... Mechanical beast is a rough term. It was most of a mechanical fortress. It took the entire town to destroy it. Those heroes, Kazuma, Megumin, Darkness, that group, and what was her name? That girl that pretended to be the goddess, Aqua. Whatever. They were able to take it down, and they seemed to recognize its abilities. I have a feeling that at least one of them might be a multiverse traveler such as yourselves. Are you a time traveler? I've heard of time travel before. Do you go through time? No, of course not. I was born in the Crimson Magic Village, a member of the Crimson Magic clan. I have always thought that this world was a bit too rough, and there must be something better out there. To my surprise, I stumbled upon ruins and found records of an age more technologically advanced than my own. Ones where giant robots walk the world, and creatures from space go to invade. These things called video cassette recorders were able to play video footage as though it were right in front of me. Unfortunately, the ruins were destroyed and I have no evidence anymore. But I like to believe that I wasn't the only one who saw them, and that someone out there believes in different universes just as I do. The Crimson Magic clan scoffs at me. But I know. No, you were right the first time, Bandicoot. R-U-I-N-S. But unfortunately, you haven't. You've been here for 4 days. So... in these 4 days, you have seen a frog cave, a forest, a farm, and this town. You can reveal to Dojan the fact that you're from another universe. I can't guarantee what that will do, but it's not like you're keeping it secret unless you specifically want to. Mura's munching on food. Just watching you. Corin, is that true? Do you have to deal with giant robots?
Of course not. I just have to deal with giant toads. And other stuff, like that newbie killer.
Oh, very well. It seems that, maybe some persuasion might be in order. I noticed that you had gone out of the, clothier in a bit of a huff. Do you maybe have something to do? Maybe I could help you out, in exchange for information.
Dojan is offering to give you a hand with whatever it is you need to do for the clothier. But you gotta give them information first. You could definitely take this deal. Or you could just say screw you and leave. Oh yes, we're promoting clothing. Would you be interested in buying some clothes? Oh, of course. Anything for you. Let's go back to the clothier, and we can strike a deal, shall we? Dojan, as they're saying this, has a bit of an inquisitive look to their face. You follow Dojan back to the clothier, and Bacchus is kind of steamed still. Yes, what is it you want? Oh, hello there, are you a new customer? Oh, possibly. My name is Dojan, chief researcher into the multiverse of the Crimson Magic Village, and wielder of creation magic. Creation magic, huh? Okay. Well, if you're interested in any of my pieces. Tell me, my good sir, what is it that you would have these adventurers do? Oh, those two? Yeah, they were going to drum up business. I had figured that you were one of the customers that they had brought to me. Oh, possibly. Or I could bring about a challenge. Say I drum up more business than them. They would be in a bit of a bind now, wouldn't they? Oh. What do you propose, Dojan? I propose a bit of a contest. If they don't drum up enough, more business than I do, then they just have to forfeit. And whatever penalties that you have proposed on them will still be imposed, no matter how much business they drum up compared to me. And what if they drum up more business than you? Well, I would owe them a debt of gratitude. And I would offer my services to them for free, joining their adventuring party and offering my creation magic wherever they go. 2 for the price of 1, huh? That doesn't sound like a bad deal for me. Whoa, hold up, that wasn't our original deal. And I don't see a contract now, do I? But we had an agreement. If we drummed up business, then we get to keep the clothes, right? That was the agreement. But again, there's no contract involved. Plus, we didn't quite set a reasonable amount of business to drum up, now did we? But no, we didn't, but I kind of figured that it would just be, you know, this amount of business that you kind of figured out, and then we'd just do it, right? Truth be told, I never planned on telling you how much business you drummed up. But now things are interesting, and I'm kind of invested. So you know what? Wait here for a second. Bacchus goes to the back room with a smirk on his face and a sachet in his step. His scarf kind of billowing in the breeze. You wait for a couple of minutes. And when he comes back, he has printed 2 stacks of coupons. One stack has a little picture of Mura's face on it, in purple, as a little stamp. And the other stack of coupons has a top hat on it, in red, for Dojan. I kinda figured that this would be a good way to figure out how much business each of you drums up. Hand these coupons out to anyone who wants to buy our products. And we'll count how many have been given out by each of you at the end. Korin, if you and Mura win, then congratulations, you get to keep the armor. And you know what? I'll even upgrade your spear for you out of Patia's collection. Patia isn't here right now, by the way. She's, I would say that she's in the back, using the blast furnace. Ooh, wait. How did you print those coupons so fast? I'm an artist. I had coupons already. All I had to do was put the stamp on them. How did you make the stamp so fast? I'm an artist. Okay, fine. What are the terms of this contest, then? You ask Bacchus. I'll lay them down flat, then. And I'm gonna open my notes. Alright. Current quest. Both of you have a week to drum up business for this establishment. We'll determine who's drummed up more business by the amount of coupons you've given out and have been redeemed. Coupons given out don't count if they don't come back to me after all, because that way I can't count them. If Korin and Mura give out more coupons, their team gets to keep Mura's armor. And I'll throw in a new lance for Korin. As well, Dojan here is going to have to join their party and offer their services. However, if Dojan here wins... Dojan, what do you want? Oh, well, let's see. I could ask for a shopping spree, but that wouldn't be very interesting now, would it? I should ask, if I win, the opportunity to get a custom design. At the top of the queue, I will absolutely pay for it, of course, but I want to be the first in line, above anyone else who has a current order. Alright, and what do you want these two to do? If I should win, then they will come with me to the Crimson Magic Clan village, where I will research them and prove to all of my peers that the multiverse does in fact exist. Does shape-shifting magic exist in this world? As far as I can remember, no, but that might be an extended universe thing that I haven't read yet. As far as what's in the source book that I have, I don't believe we have access to shape-shifting magic. Alright, so essentially, just to give you a quick rundown, your job is to hand out these coupons, and they have to be redeemed. So you have to you can't just, like, throw your coupons in the garbage or just throw them, give them to people willy-nilly. They have to go into this store and purchase something with the coupon in order for it to count. You have 1 week. 1 week to distribute coupons for the clothier and blacksmith. If you win, Mura gets to keep her new armor, and Korin gets a new lance, free of charge.
Plus, Dojan offers their services to the team. No conditions. If Dojan wins, Dojan gets priority access to this store's services for a custom piece, as well as we'll be taking you back to the Crimson Magic Clan village. How many coupons each? It's a really big stack. You probably wouldn't be able to count just how many. If I would have to say, like, these coupons are going to be in, like, a bag. So you basically have an unlimited amount of coupons to hand out. You would like to... Okay, you can go ahead and try to negotiate. What would you like to negotiate? Just writing some notes. I need to know what exactly you want to negotiate out of this deal. Otherwise, you'll be accepting it outright. Oh, okay, hold up. How about, instead of Dojan taking us to the village, why doesn't Dojan just join us on a quest? Huh? Nah? That way you can research us out in the wild, doing our thing. Oh, but what fun would that be, my dear? Oh. The reason I want to take you to the Crimson Magic Village is to prove to my peers that I am a person of science, a qualified person of science. Just saying that I saw these things won't do much. I need physical proof. Dojan's pretty firm on their stance for this. But you can prove it with field research. Isn't that the scientific method? They would have... First of all, they would have to disprove you for it to be credible. I'm gonna ask you for an intelligence check at this point. So I'm gonna need 2d6. To see if you understand the scientific method. 6 and a 5, that's pretty good. Plus your intelligence, that's 15. Dojan's gonna have to roll pretty high. Okay, so that is a 13 on Dojan's part. Well, yes, of course. I would be able to prove it with the scientific method, and they would have to disprove me. That's how science works. I'm glad that you are a learned individual. However, I must insist that you come back with me at some point. Because of the reputation that I have, those heathens at the Crimson Magic Clan village don't understand the scientific method. They're all, oh, and Dojan goes through a series of poses like, oh, I have the power to wield explosion magic. I'll burn your house down. Or something like, oh, I'm the first general of the bathhouses. I have the power to scrub clean the stains of the wicked. Watch me destroy this impurity. So it's really just your personal reasons, huh? No other events prompted this, right? No. I am a person of science, and you are the topic of my research. I will relent slightly. I will not keep you at the Crimson Magic Village, should I win. However, you will have to stay until the course of my research has been finished and presented to the public. Really, it would be a weekend trip for you at most. Have you met any alchemists at all? Well, yes, of course. I've met plenty of alchemists. Not like the ones in your world, though. The ones in your world, they clap and touch magic circles to conduct alchemy. Ours is basically just regular old chemistry, really. Mixing elements together in order to create something new. You know, if you want to make a wall of earth, you don't have to combine materials in order to make a wall of earth. You just use magic in this world. Dojan's been reading. So, I won't ask if you agree to the terms, because it's Bacchus's decision. I mean, seems simple enough. I get all the benefit no matter what. So, I agree to these terms. Alright, so just a weekend, then we'll return. If you don't finish your research, we gotta either leave or embark on another quest. My research will be conducted within the course of that weekend. You have my word. This isn't about whether I will complete my research or not. I will in that weekend. Because I'm going to win. All right. Well, in that case, I guess it's time for you to start your quest. Best of luck to both of you. This is going to be a good week. Alright, so how do we want to do this? So you have 1 week to distribute these coupons. But you have to make sure that the people that you send these coupons out to will go to the Adventurers Guild. Any ideal geographical areas? So right now, you're in Axeltown. It's sort of like the town furthest from the capital, so it's really chill here. It's essentially where all the new adventurers start. If you stay within Axeltown, and just kind of wait for new adventurers to pop up, you could probably point them to the, to this shop. You know, hey, you just you're a newbie, you just got started, here's a coupon for your first bit of gear. What else? What's close by? Most of the towns, like, this is sort of like medieval times, right? So the towns are pretty far apart. Just to name a few, like, the Crimson Magic Village is about a week away. Same as the City of Water, Arkanletia. There's the village of Samuido, way, way up in the north. It would probably take you a long time to get there. There are various, like, farms all around. So you might be able to hit up, like, the farm that you had just gone to. Can Korn leave any at the guild or other places of business? You can, but you wouldn't be able to guarantee that, No, actually. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to guarantee that they would spend them. As well... I'm just trying to think of what might come up. Because, like, yeah, I guess you could leave them with the attendant Luna, but you'd have to convince her that, she should give out your coupons. The Adventurers Guild is sort of supposed to be neutral ground for stuff, so... Here, let's, Well, then I must be off. I have to work my little tushy off and actually commit to this new research I'm about to do. Toodles! And Ojan walks out the door. The quest has now started. So I'll give you a few options on what to do. You can start handing out your coupons right now. I won't make this, like, 7 sessions or anything for each day. You can just say what you do for each day, and we'll figure it out from there. We'll say that you have 1 coupon giving action per day, because it'll take you that long to hand them out. Some ways that you could go about having people take these coupons, you could probably take a quest, and then if anyone sees you do it, you can be like, yeah, I got this gear from this shop. Go and use my coupon for a quick deal. You can hand them out to new adventurers. You can go to the farms and say, like, hey, if you need new gear, like new clothes, or new tools, you can go here, stuff like that. Or... you know, you still have the rest of this day left if you want to check in on the Froggos. I believe, yeah. That's the only piece of business that you haven't really dealt with yet. Is there a limit to the number of coupons per day, depending on energy? What I'll do is it's actually going to be... depending on what you do, it's going to be a type of roll. And depending on how you roleplay it, will determine how many dice I allow you to roll for it. So let's say you're trying to convince someone that this gear is super, super cool and, like, it'll give you magic powers or something like that. You know, that's a mind check. But let's say that you say something really, really fun in the chat that sounds like it would be really convincing. Then I might give you a couple of extra dice. Or, if you want, you know, you could take a quest, and if you do really, really well on the quest, I'll give you some extra dice to do some sort of roll. Alright, give me 1 sec then. Where is it?
There it is. All right. Your quest has begun. You must now... You must now hand out coupons. Do you sign anything to make sure that the terms are fair for the contest? I mean, Dojan is already gone. You can ask Bacchus, though. Hey, so... is there anything that we can sign, like a contract, to make sure that there's no shenanigans? You kind of sounded like you were gonna pull some. Oh, that? Yeah, you know... since you're giving me a bit of fun in this, why not? I'll make good on it. Give me, like, 10 minutes to whip up a contract. Bacchus just writes out the terms that he just described on the contract. Areas for you to initial and sign. You sign the contract, as does Mura. Alright, I'll get Dojan to sign this next time they're around, and then I'll take it to the guild. You got that? That means the guild will know what's going on with this, so they might not agree to help you. But it will be official, so it's out of my hands now. This is being registered as an official quest with the guild. So, you know, they might not let you just leave some coupons at the desk, because that would compromise the fairness of this contest. However, you might get some experience points through the guild because of this, as a request will have been taken. And there may be a monetary reward as well. So that's the perks of having this registered as an official quest. Alright, so it's your first day. The rest of the first day. We'll say that today is... just for convenience, we'll say that today's a Saturday. So you have until Saturday next week. With the rest of your day, we'll say that's about, like, 3 p.m.? Yeah, let's say 2:30. You can go about your first handing out of coupons. You can check out on the Froggos outside the village. Or you can take a quest at the Adventurers Guild. I'll leave it up to a poll. Number 1. Hand out coupons, take a quest, check on Frogger and Froggy. So yeah, you can vote for what you want to do by putting a number in the chat. If you want us to hand out some coupons, that's 1. If you want us to take a quest, that's 2. And if you want us to check on Frogger and Froggy, that's 3. Or can more than one thing be accomplished? No, I'm gonna say that whatever you do right now is gonna take the rest of this day. Because, like, checking in on Froggy and Frogger is probably going to be a whole thing where you have to convince the town. Taking a quest... I mean, if you go and take a quest, that's probably not going to do too much, take too much time. But the quest will have a time limit, so you'll have to consider that. And handing out coupons is going to be
the rest of the day because you want to hand out as many as possible, so that Mura isn't declothed and you don't have to go to the Crimson Magic Village. Can you check on them and go take a quest? Depends on the series of events that happens after you check on them. They've been kind of sitting outside for, well, since last night. So, I mean, out of personal experience, if I was sitting outside of a village for like almost 24 hours, I'd be getting kind of antsy. Plus, there's that whole thing where you have to tell Dunnan about this by the end of the day, because you promised him last time. As a reminder, anyone currently in the chat can vote. You have the power. As they said on South Park, vote or die, motherfucker. Motherfucker, vote or die. Rock the vote, or I'm going to stick a knife in your eye. I don't think I would go that far, but that's just how the song goes. Now, thanks for the drink. I will have another drink of cider. I got a new brand this week, and honestly, the other cider that I get, I think I like more. I'll give you folks one more minute to vote. It looks like we've got 2 so far, so we might need a tiebreaker, or if you want to cause some trouble, you can also vote 2 and just do a 3-way tie. Alright. So it looks like I'm gonna have to roll for it. I'll roll a d4. 1 and 2 will do handing out coupons. 3 and 4 will check in on Frogger and Froggy. And that is a 4. So it looks like we're checking in on Frogger and Froggy. Alright, well, I mean, we have all week to hand out coupons, so we should probably do something that we promised earlier, right, Mura? What did we promise earlier? Oh, right! We left some people outside, didn't we? Oh man, I almost forgot. Oh man, they've been waiting for so long. Okay, let's go. Alright, we'll be back, Bacchus. And people with our coupons will be back. On your way out, you pass somebody going in. Give me a perception check. I need somebody to roll 2d6. That's a 12. With a 12, you see a ticket in their hand, and there is a red mark on it. It seems like Dojan has already been busy. Heading on your way to the town gates. Honestly, it's just a cute little scene. One thing that you didn't get to experience a lot in this world yet is the fact that Axeltown is a really, really quiet area in a fantasy world where monsters are running around. From what you've heard, Axeltown is the furthest away from the capital, and therefore one of the lowest priority targets for the Demon King's army. So a lot of new adventures will start here because everything's a bit more chill and easy. And you do notice that. The adventures that you see are in very basic gear, and the quests that you've seen are quite simple, such as slay giant toads or, like, kill some goblins. And as you exit the town gates, off in the distance, you see a little bit of red poking out from the distance. And as you get closer, you see your friend Froggy. You roll up on Froggy and Frogger. You hear a "Gero! Gero, Gero!" in the distance. Ah, yes! It seems our friends hadn't forgotten about us. Hello! Get over here! We have plenty to discuss. Now we are outside of the village, so let's throw on some not village music. Hi, Frogger and Froggy. Hope you guys have been doing okay. We ran into some stuff while we were in the town, so we couldn't get here for a while. Oh, that's perfectly alright. It gave Froggy and I a chance to discuss what we would like to do in this town. You see, I would like to put some research into my concoction, and instead of having everyone turn out like Froggy over here, I would prefer that they turn out more like me. That way they can keep on with their lives. It may be the next step in the evolution of giant toads, where our powers combine into a more perfect being. Gero, Gero, Gero. Oh yeah, how about that? Oh, so you're going to turn people into toad people? Yes, that's the idea at least. That way, we don't disrupt anyone's lives, while also giving everyone the opportunity to become as dashing and daring as I am. In fact, I'll be testing all the new formulas on Froggy over here. He has agreed to be my assistant in this endeavor, to try and bring humans and giant toads together. Now, how has your progress on this been? Oh, no, actually, I'll leave it up to you. What kind of report do you want to make to Frogger? Do you want to lie and say that you've been attempting to convince people? Or do you want to say that nothing's happened so far and tell them the truth? Well, that's sensible, combining powers, but what if people want to look more themselves? Well, then they just don't become giant toads now won't they? I am here to cure people's wounds and cure diseases, but I need to turn them into toads, giant toads, in order to do it. Really, I'm accomplishing that goal with my research right now, specifically because this will be closer to their original forms. They will be bipedal toad people. I like the sounds of that. Bipedal toad people. Remember that, Froggy. Quiero. But yes, how is your progress on creating an alliance and letting us in the walls? It's been it's been quite all right out here, but I'm afraid that an adventurer might see us and alert the guards. Well, now you gotta decide. Do you want to tell them the truth? Or do you want to tell them that you've been working on it this entire time? I'll put it up to a vote. What to tell Frogger? Truth. We got into a bit of trouble and couldn't ask. Or lie. We've been trying our best. No luck so far. Maybe implement the challenge as part of the plan? That is a vote for lie. You folks are good at deception, so lying nets you an extra d6. You still wouldn't be telling the truth, though. If there's no vote, then I'm gonna roll a d6. Or, sorry, I guess a d4. What class are you? You're adventurer, but you can change. All right. You got your vote in just in time. Remember, these polls last 2 minutes, and I'm going to be capping them at 2, so you don't have too much time to try and think about it. Sometimes you just gotta choose. No, we got into a bit of trouble and weren't able to ask. See, we need to get Mura some clothes, which she's wearing right now, and she looks really good in, and it's going to really, really help her out by keeping her not hit as much. And in order to get them, we maybe got into a bit of an agreement. And then we met this goth person, and God, they wanted to kidnap us, I think. But then they decided that they were going to challenge us, and we accepted, and now we have to hand out these coupons to get gear, for people to get gear, and then at the end of the week, we either have to go to the Crimson Magic Village, or possibly I get a new lance and Mura gets to keep her clothes. Well, that does sound a bit serious. I mean, you do have a decent amount of time to talk, I suppose. Just, if you wouldn't mind getting the ball rolling at some point. No, I can't say that I'll wait out here forever. And if it comes to pass that you forget about me, well, I don't believe that we will be able to keep our arrangement. As I'm sure you understand.
So you'll go back to kidnapping people?
I mean, if that's what it takes, I would only be kidnapping the people who are injured or sick and turning them to giant toads, but, you know, people won't willingly go out into the mountains and find my cave in order to pursue it. You taught me that when you deceived me, of course. So, as soon as you can. Otherwise, I can't make any promises.
So, Frogger's delivered a bit of an ultimatum. Can you recruit them in the challenge? Well, you could help us. If you hand out these coupons for us, then, Oh, I should probably take the pull off the... There we go. Sorry. Well, you can help us. If you hand out these coupons and people actually go to the blacksmith and the clothier, we'll be able to get this done much faster.
Alright, but have you seen us? Who's going to go up to a giant toad and a frogman and say, hey, they know where to get the best armor and equipment? I don't believe, due to prejudices that have not yet been resolved, that we have asked you to resolve, by the way, we will be able to be of any help with you yet.
So, you realize that you're talking to a giant toad, which there are quests for people to slay, and a toad guy who, from your understanding, people might run away from due to how they haven't been established as part of the community yet. They will not be of any use to you in your coupon handing out quest. Also, hi RDF. So, how do you want to approach this? You can let them know that you'll, like, essentially you've checked up on them. Froggy and Frogger are doing alright, but if they have to wait much longer, they're gonna go back to the Toad Cave and start kidnapping sick people to turn them into toads. You could say that you were adventurers and had a magic mishap.
Alright, and if they don't believe us, we'll be killed at the gate. Are you sure you want to help us? You sound really hesitant right now. I had really thought that we had an understanding. So, but it sounds like you're trying to get out of our deal.
You've angered Frogger by trying to dodge the question. Frogger is doubting your relationship right now. Where are you currently? So, after the end of the last session, you encountered Dojan, a goth chic-clad member of the Crimson Magic Clan. They took you to the Adventurers Guild and let you know that they are researching the multiverse. They have been stalking you this entire time, and now want to take you back to the Crimson Magic Village in order to conduct their research and present their findings to the people that don't believe them that the multiverse is a thing. You went back to the clothing store with Dojan, and Dojan altered your deal, where it's now a contest of who can drum up more business. Currently, your goal is to hand out coupons, and the person who hands out the most coupons and gets them redeemed wins. Dojan is already, you've seen that they've handed out a couple. But the deal was altered in a way where if you hand out the most coupons, Mura gets to keep her armor, you get a new spear, and Dojan will help you out in your endeavors. But if you lose, Dojan gets first priority for a custom design and takes you back to the Crimson Magic Village for a weekend to conduct their research on you in any way that they so choose. You've decided to go check up on Froggy and Frogger just outside the village. And have been talking to them, trying to weasel out of what has been going on. You told them that you're part of this deal, and essentially you're trying to make excuses for why they can just waltz right in and try to strengthen it themselves. Still want to? You're able to honor... Yes, but so wording it, it sounds like you're trying to weasel out of it. Oh, you can just walk in. Oh, people will believe you that you're giant toads. So... Sorry, people will believe that you were in a magic mishap. And they've been giving some good points where there are quests to slay giant toads. So because of the wording, you know, you have picked the dialogue options where Frogger didn't like that. So now you have to say something in order to regain Frogger's trust. RDF says, what if we put up a quest at the Adventurers Guild, make acquaintances with Frogger for 50 Eris? So people can learn about him and become familiar. So let's say that. Oh, okay, hold up. First off, I'm sorry if it sounded like that. I have no intention of breaking our deal. None at all. We had an agreement. How about, what if we put up a quest at the guild, make acquaintances with Frogger for like 50 Eris? Sorry, 5,000 Eris. So people can learn about you and become familiar with you. Like a simple fetch quest, but it makes you a centerpiece. How about that? Well, that is a start, but I would really like to guarantee my safety. If you could do that, then I would be very welcome. We'll find a location, and how do we make sure that they turn in the quest? I have an idea, Mura pipes up. We have these coupons, right? Why don't we leave a couple with you, and then you can give them the coupon as their retrieval item. Okay. Yeah, how about that? We'll give you a couple of these coupons, and you can give them to the adventurers that go to meet you. And then they'll see the coupon, it'll be part of their quest reward, they get to keep that, and then they can get new gear. Is that kind of the gist of what you guys wanted to do? I'm trying to turn it around, so that's how I interpreted it. Does that make sense what you wrote? Kinda. That's how I interpreted it. Okay. Alright, well, we'll go back to the town, and register that quest. Yeah, I guess hold tight. Where are you going to be? Oh, we'll just be, well, I guess we can't hide anymore. So, where can we go? Muda is going to roll for something, and I'm going to let you know how that goes. Give me 1 sec. That's 8. And what's the skill that she needs to use? That's 11.
Oh, I kind of know something. When we were coming back to the village, there was a shack alongside the road. We could probably put the, quest location at that shack, and then, you know, Froggy could hide in there. That way, they only have to deal with Frogger.
That's a good idea. I would like them to meet Froggy, so, maybe I'll explain to them and they can meet Froggy if... they can meet Froggy if they so choose. Froggy will be inside the shack. That's what we'll do then. And Mura takes out her map. Well, your guys' map. She takes out of your satchel or whatever you have. And just points to where she believes the shack is. How do we keep Froggy safe? The other guy can pass as human. He wants to sell Frog DNA transformations. Oh, right. RDF, sorry you weren't here for this. Frogger has actually expanded on his idea. He wants to adjust the frog DNA transformations so that people don't just end up as giant frogs. They can end up more like Frogger, where they're bipedal frog people, I believe is what we wrote down. The magical mishap excuse? Okay. Companion frogs, people who visit. Make people extra comfortable with giant frogs as friends, not enemies, since he has frog eggs. You know, in order to drum up business with everyone, you could give people companion frogs, right? Like, you have those eggs and the growth enhancers. And from what I gather, when they hatch, as long as you're nice to them, like we were with Froggy, they'll be okay with you. I suppose. That is an idea. I would like them to be more acquainted with giant toad civilization first. You see, as there are giant toad slaying quests for when the mating season is about and there are too many. So I would be very scared that they would hatch the toads, then kill them to turn in the quest. I need to take care of my people, too. Give me 1 sec. Making a quest to send people... Well, sorry, send newbies to Frogger to get a coupon and be acquainted. All right, well, you've started your plan, and Frogger and Froggy agree to it. They, all right, well, we'll shut off. By the way, we haven't really had a chance to eat anything today.
Are there any supplies that you can, give us? It would be at your discretion. Yeah, but like with the companion frog thing, it would be at your discretion, but we want people to like frogs. You ever met someone who used to hate cats and got one good cat? They become cat people for life. Well, that is true. I'll consider it. But maybe when we're more established, you see. Using empathy, we may need an army against your former boss, Dorsus. So, you know, giving people those companion frogs will help them sort of muster up their forces, and will give an army that's more familiar with each other, as opposed to, hey, look, you have to work with giant toads now. Well, that does make sense, but again, when the time comes, I would like to see a world where our species can commingle and forge an alliance. But in order to do so, there needs to be trust from both sides. I need to have those humans prove that they will be nice to us. Yeah, and if they're not nice to you, you can just say that there was a magical mishap. I mean, that's exactly what happened, right? That jewel that you wished on turned you into a frog? Now, that wouldn't be lying, so I guess. I just can't say that I've been kidnapping people and animals. You see. Oh, by the way, and you reach into your bag. Here's a meat for each of you. Let's see. Okay, you give them each one of your katsu sandwiches. Here, these are katsu sandwiches. It's deep fried pork with some mayonnaise, some sauce. It's a sweet and savory sauce, and some lettuce and some cucumbers. I'm sure you two will like them. How many do you have? I've included in your meat, so you have 6 meat. I just have to find where there's your inventory. Can you give extra? You can, if you'd like. 2 should be plenty for right now. But if you want to give them more meat, just let me know how much you want to give them. You could give them some muffins as well. We know that Froggy really likes muffins. What would you like to do? God, if only we named you Gamabunta, we wouldn't be so confused. Quiero. Honestly, Froggy's just glad that you gave him a name, so, yeah. I don't know what you've done, but Froggy seems to trust you. 3 meat, 2 muffins? 1 meat and 2 muffins. Okay. Oh, sorry, you mean in total. Okay, so in total, 3 meat and 2 muffins. That makes more sense. I thought the RDF was gonna be like, yeah, here's just like, well, we have 1 meat, that'll be fine. Okay. You know what? Here's an extra sandwich. And, I know that Froggy really likes muffins, so here's a couple of those too. We might be gone a while. We got some stuff to do.
But you'll start seeing people show up, so, you know, maybe if you make friends with them, they'll send you some food. I hope for the best. Please, visit us at the shack. And, I hope you win your wager. If you have to go to the Crimson Magic Village, we won't see you for some time, so... You see, that would be quite unfortunate, you see. And, Frogger and Froggy head off into the sunset. To their shack. As you head back into town, give me some perception. I'm gonna need 2d6. How many days realistically for rationing out rations? So we've established that your the inn that you're staying in feeds you. So as long as you're within the city, you don't have to worry about food. I would say that, like, if you want, like, a full 3 meals a day, you'd probably have to use, like... How do I want to do this? Because, we can keep track of food if you would like. Oh, you mean for the frogs. I mean, it's a giant toad. So... The muffin is probably going to be a very nice treat, but not necessarily a meal. But Froggy can go hunt. Frogger, on the other hand, would probably use most of the rations, so I would say that, 1 meat would be a day's worth of food. So, essentially, Frogger has 3 days. Froggy has 2 muffins, but Froggy can take care of himself. Froggy's a good boy, and Froggy is a smart boy. And the smart boy thing is really important. Other giant toads aren't as smart as Froggy. Oh, right, sorry, you got a 6 and a 5, so that's an 11. 11 plus your perception of 4 is 15. As you're walking into town, you hear a bit of a commotion in front of the Adventurers Guild. You need to go there anyway, so you end up there. And as you go, you see some people in the crowd with some tickets with a red stamp on them. And upon further side-eye investigation, that's the top hat symbol that shows that that's Dojan's coupon. Let's see if I have, like, a song that would work well for this. Come one and come all! I am Dojan, master of creation magic, and the highest level researcher into the multiverse that the Crimson Magic Clan has ever seen, and have I got a deal for you. If you go to the blacksmith and clothier with this coupon that I have produced just for you, you will be able to get a discount on your purchase of gear. Perfect for new adventurers and old adventurers alike. You too can dress as sharply as I do. You, sir, come up! And Dojan sort of motions for a balding old guy to come up. He's got a cane. He's helped by some people in the crowd. You, sir, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Philip. People call me Grip, but
I always thought that was weird because usually you call somebody Gramps, right? Just dropping the S is a bit...
Yes, of course, Grab. Nice to meet you. My name is Dojan. Say, you look like you could use a fashion upgrade, is that right?
Yes, I've been wearing these clothes for about 50 years. I don't get out as much as I used to, you see. Now that the kids have been grown up and don't really visit, I don't get a chance.
Yes, unfortunate. You are a well of misery in your 50-year-old clothes. Now, what if you could look like this? And you see some sparkling. And Dojan pulls from the ether, from out of nowhere, a dashing three-piece suit with a top hat just like theirs. It is crimson, with black and gold accents, and fits this old man perfectly. Now, you wouldn't want to be changing in front of a crowd, so how about I do that for you? And Dojan, with a snap, has the clothes appear on the old man. Is it a monkey suit? You know what? We'll say that's a monkey suit. We'll say that's this old man is now in a deep crimson with black and gold accents monkey suit. If you go down to the clothier and produce my coupon, you can have an outfit as nice as this one.
Wow! I haven't worn this. I haven't worn something like this since... Oh... What was it? The horse-drawn carriage hadn't been invented yet. We just rode horses. It was a different time, I'll tell you that. Man, I rode those horses into the sunset, wearing a suit just like this.
Yes, of course, you looked exquisite. Now, if you were riding outside of the town, that could have been tragic, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yes. There are a whole bunch of horrible things out there, from newbie killers to goblins to kobolds to newbie killers to goblins to kobolds to newbie kill.
It is a tragedy, is that right, my good sir? But if you had a suit like this, you'll notice. And Dojan just gives a huge punch to the guy's arm. And you hear a clang. This suit is perfectly armored in only the spots that you need it to. That way it can be functional and fashionable. Go down to the clothier and give this ticket to my good Sir Bacchus and to his wonderful companion Patia. Tell them that Dojan sent you. And with another snap, the suit fizzles out of existence, leaving the old man in just his 50-year-old clothes. Give me one sec. The crowd's going wild. The crowd absolutely loves this. And handing out the tickets, Dojan catches you in the audience, gives you a sly wink. Do you want to interrupt this? Do you want to try and steal Dojan's thunder, or do you want to enact your plan and go into the Adventurers Guild? Dojan's really putting a lot of effort into handing out these tickets.
Looks like you're losing to him anyways. Might as well help Frogger and fill out your plan. Well, you still have a week. But alright. As you enter the guild, the background music and the applause gets quieter. By the way, Dojan has some background music. They found a band, and they're really into it. They brought out like an actual piano, and like some horns. Give me 1 sec. I need to find some good music for the Adventurers Guild. Fuck it, we'll do Dragon Roost. Dragon Roost is a good inside the guild theme. You head into the Adventurers Guild, and you know, people are eating, people are taking quests. You see some people in traditional, like, modern clothing. I say traditional modern, that cancels each other out. You see people in like tracksuits and like pajamas. You know, some new adventurers who just got here from Japan. And you go up to Luna. Hey, Luna! How's business? Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Business is good as usual. How can I help you? You see, I know that we usually are supposed to take quests as an adventurer, but would I be able to post a quest, possibly? Well, yes, of course. What would the nature of your quest be? Well, we want... Okay, this is gonna sound so weird. It's alright, Corin. We want some people to meet our friend, but our friend might not be somebody that people like to meet. So we're trying to incentivize people to go see them, if that makes sense. Oh, you're trying to find somebody a boyfriend? No, well, I mean, if it ends up that way, I guess, but no, we just have a friend who had a magical mishap, and they can't go into town because people will be scared of them. So we want people to have a quest where they go out to meet him and get a reward. Well, I can certainly set that up for you. The registration fee is only going to be 1,000 Eris, but you have to provide a reward if you wouldn't mind. Corin? Yeah, some kind of title like Easy Starter Quest, Meet Frogger. Simply up the road, learn about frogs, and unusual road to power. Wow, you really have a sense of naming quests, Corin. You know, it's a gift. And like all good gifts, I have to give them to the world. Right. Anyways, it's 1,000 Eris to post the quest. What would you like to give as a reward? So here's where you can choose what you want to give as a reward. You currently have 301,000 Eris. I guess I should also add to your inventory the coupons. You could try having the coupons be a reward. I know that you gave some to Frogger for them to collect, so... To a pool of 5,000, maybe 250 per person. Let's take a look. Because I think I said that Kazuma had a... Okay, so Kazuma had a part-time job. That was sort of like this one.
All he had to do was recruit an adventurer, and he got 500 Eris. So if you want to establish that as a base point, you could say that a reward of 500 Eris, people will jump on as a part-time job thing. Oh, no worries. Give me 1 sec. Let's see how I can adjust the font while you guys are deciding. What if... I can make it a bit bigger, but I won't be able to put as much on there. Whoops. Unfortunately, with this font, I don't think I can make it bold. I wonder if I make the font size bigger. And then do that. No, I think that makes it less legible. So what if I make the font size smaller? So that's not so crunchy. Nope, that makes it worse. So I think it's gonna have to be something like that. A pool of money, so X number of people can take the quest. So yeah, 5,000 would let you do 10 people. 50,000 would let you do 100 people. Yeah, I adjusted it a bit. I won't be able to put as much on there. But it'll be easier to read. So I'll just reserve it for important stuff. No worries. Froggy is our friend. Is he worth less than a horse? You paid 100,000 for the horse. So how much money do you want to pool for this quest? 500 is enough reward for one, which means 5,000 would be 10, 50,000 would be 100. A 100,000 would be 200, of course. Should I make a poll? Let's make a poll.
1,000 per person would make it so that more people would want to take the quest. You would be able to reach less people, though, because you only have 300,000 Eris. So with 1,000 per person, 10,000 would be 10 people. 100,000 would be 100 people. We did establish in the first session, I have it right here. Kazuma had a job to recruit an adventurer to the Adventurers Guild that paid 500 Eris. So that was a job that an adventurer was down for taking. How's inflation? Conversion? Easiest way to think of it, 1 Eris is 1 cent. So, like, just recruiting an adventurer paid like $5. And that was considered pretty decent. So, like, you paid $1,000 for your horse. Mura's armor was going to be, like... Oh, actually, yeah. Mura's armor was going to be like $3,000, so... Oh yeah, I was just giving examples to what you could buy with the amount of money. Yeah, because Eris was based on Japanese yen. So... Oh, absolutely, Bandicoot. I am gonna need an answer, though. And anyone currently, listening, you know, if you want to play, by all means. The more opinions that we have, the more stuff we can do. So having variety absolutely will help us out. I'm gonna have some of my tea. My cute fox mug. If you stick with 500 and put 100,000 down, that would open your quest to 200 people. And also, keep in mind that they'll be giving out your coupons as well. We can retcon it and say that you gave them as many coupons as you did for how many people can take the quest. It looks like you two are in agreement. Alright, Luna. So yeah, that'll be our quest. Go to meet Frogger, just down in the shack at the end of the road. The reward will be 500 Eris, and we'll give you 100,000. That way, 200 people can take the quest. Do I have my math right? Yep, that would be correct, and you'd also be giving me the 1,000 Eris fee, so that comes to 101,000 Eris to post your quest. And you happily hand her, well, I say happily, you give the money knowing that this will increase your chances of, there we go, winning the challenge with Dojan and increasing relations with Froggy and Frogger. Alright, you've posted your quest. I'll add it to the board and make sure that enough people can take it. This wouldn't have anything to do with your challenge against that Dojan fellow. Does it? Maybe. Well, as long as it's not part of the guild side of things, I'm sure that having a side reward given by a third party isn't too much of a deal. Good luck. Alright, your quest is being posted. And some of the newbie adventurers gather around as the new quests are being posted. And you see a couple of them take the paper to Luna. Does our quest sound interesting? You know what? Let's roll a mind check. Or sorry, no. Let's roll a luck check to make things interesting. Because for people to really grab the quest that you have, other quests have to not be as appealing. So I need 2d6. And if you would like, you can use your blessings. You have 7 of them, plus the ones that you can redeem. Just a quick... I need to update that, because now that you've upgraded your luck stat, you can use 4 blessings on a single roll. Card list? I think in terms of luck, Adventurer is your best class outside of Archer. Because Warrior... reduces it by 1. Priest reduces it by 1. Wizard reduces it by 1. Archer keeps it the same, and Thief keeps it, reduces it by 1. 2 blessings? Is that an agreement? If you use 2 blessings, then I'll need 2 rolls of 2d6. Just remember that there's a 5-second gap between them, so as soon as one person rolls the 2d6, just wait a second and then roll the other 2d6. Oh, and also an Eris blessing, so if you get a low number, you can re-roll it. So that's 2 and 2. Alright, and I'm gonna need the other 2d6 just to see what the lowest numbers are. A 2 and a 6. Alright. So, Bandicoot, you redeemed an Eris blessing, so roll a d6 to replace one of the 2s that you rolled. Now, an RDF, you also get to roll a d6 to add to it. Man, you guys like 2s. We'll count that as adding to it instead of the Eris Blessing. Bandicoot, if you wouldn't mind rolling a d6, thank you. So that's 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. Plus your luck is 20. So we'll say your excursion to go and, your excursion to go see Froggy and Frogger, and your encounter with Dojan's festival outside, sales pitch, really. It's like dinner time, which means nobody's really posting a lot of quests because they're eating. So on the board, like, it's basically your quest alongside. What are some interesting ones? Okay, so on the quest board right now, this is the list of what's on. There's yours, of course. Easy starter quest: meet Frogger. Simply up the road, learn about frogs, and an unusual road to power. 500 Eris plus prize? Question mark. And aside from that is goblin extermination. Secure the livestock. Purify the lake. And slay a manticore and a griffin. So when people see the quest board after they're done their meal, they look at it and it's like, you hear some chatter saying, kill a manticore and a griffin? Aren't those high-level We're like level 1. And, God, slay goblins? What, is this like a generic RPG? I get that this is the tutorial, but like, yeah, I know, right? Oh, but take a look at this one. Just meet Frogger and you get 500 Eris? And a prize? What's the prize? And you notice that the plus prize you didn't put there. It's drawn in some really bad writing, and you look at Mura, and she has the book that Dunnan gave her out in front of her, and she learned the word prize. It's like if a 5-year-old wrote it, but it's drawn people in. Muda. Yeah, Corin? Have I ever told you how much I appreciate you? What do you mean? That move that you just did. That was a good move, Mura. I'm really impressed. Thank you very much. You have made this whole thing much better by using your knowledge from that book. Oh, well, I just wanted to contribute to the quest. Any way I can help, Corin. Thank you very much. No, thank you, Mura. Yeah. Mura's flustered. You can tell that, like, she isn't used to receiving compliments. So you know when somebody gives you a compliment and you have no idea how to respond other than, like, That's how Mura's doing right now. I'll also say that while you're here, you try and give some coupons to people in the Adventurers Guild, but you notice that they already have Dojan's coupons, so it wouldn't work out anyways. What else is there to do? It's getting late, and you haven't talked to Dunnan yet about the whole frog thing. And he specifically asked you to go and talk to him before the end of the day. Now, you have two options. You can ghost Dunnan, or you can go and talk to him. Not even the armor angle? So your coupons are the exact same. And because
the thing that Dojan was doing was right outside the Adventurers Guild. Everyone who would have wanted a coupon already has one. Dojan made a good plan to do it right outside the Adventurers Guild. Dunnan's being good to us? We should spill the beans, right? Yeah. That's a good option. If everyone's in agreement, then by all means, we'll go and talk to Dunnan. Dojan can't seal their business, right? To be fair, they did a really good job. I was impressed that I could improv that, so props to Dojan and me. Anyways, you head out of the Adventurers Guild. Hey, Mura, we need to go talk to Dunnan. Oh, right. We promised that we'd talk to him about Froggy and Frogger. Good thing that we have some news about them. I really think that... I don't know what Dunnan can do, but... What's some music that we can do? Now the people have finished dinner. And the sun has just about set. You walk down the street and head to the shopping area where your inn is, and also where Dunnan's shop is. You head inside the general store. Ah, hello. Welcome. We're just about to close up. Oh, hey, it's you, Corin. What's up? Oh, you want to talk to us, right? About our whole thing earlier this morning? Yeah, just give me a sec. I'm gonna close up, and then we can talk. Here. And he shoves a broom at you and Mura. If you help out, we can make this go a bit faster. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. And, you know, Mura knows what to do inside, so you kind of sweep the outside. And you kind of reflect on how pretty the stars are. You come from Japan, and as you look up to the sky, you notice that it's a lot brighter than you'd think at night. A lot of the stars just haven't been obscured by light pollution, so you can see just a massive Milky Way style amount of stars in the night sky. The moon is a beautiful crescent moon, and there's just some very faint pink as the sun's setting on the edge of the horizon. Give me an intelligence check for that, RDF. Roll 2d6s. Six and a 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. With a 13, while you can't make out any constellations that you would have known from Japan, you recall that you overheard some people talking about this world's constellations. And with your ability to understand directions and just navigate the night sky, you come across one that looks like a lineup of stars, and it's several going up, several going across, and several kind of surrounding it. And it's the Magic Circle constellation. Magicians of this world use that constellation as a basis for drawing their magic circles. Guided by the stars, they draw their magic from the stellar geometry and create magic. So you overheard. It was kind of loud in the Adventurers Guild when you were having the meal and overheard it. What else? You see one that kind of looks like Orion. It's got the 3 stars for the belt, but the other stars are in a different position. And that's the Adventurer constellation. It's sort of like a guide for what the jobs of this world are. People in this world kind of saw themselves in the sky just as people in the modern world did. And to create a sort of constellation of someone whose day-to-day job is to explore and make the world a better place kind of gives comfort to people. The door chimes, and out steps Mura. Hey, Corin. Inside cleaning's done. Did you, Did you sweep outside yet? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was just looking at the sky. Yeah. It kind of looks like the sky from where I'm from. Oh, yeah? Yeah, there were a lot of stars when, it wasn't cloudy. I got to see them from the cave. There weren't a lot where I come from. Oh? Yeah, where I come from, there's a lot of light, all the time. And it kind of drowns out the stars. You can only see a couple of them, and we made constellations. And you point to the Adventurer constellation. Like that one over there. Back where I'm from, we have one that kind of looks like that, called Orion. He was a warrior from ancient times. Wow. I didn't learn of any of the constellations from my dragon. She was more interested in the affairs of down here on the planet, so we didn't talk about that very much. I thought it would be when I was really young. I thought it would be cool to go and explore. Oh, they've actually kind of done that where I'm from. You guys went to the stars? Sort of. We could escape our planet, but we could only go so far. We sent out... how do I explain it? They're called satellites, and they can send pictures of out in the stars to us. But we couldn't go, because we're fleshy meatbags, and we would die up there. Oh. But it's cool that you could see it. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, we should probably talk to Dunnan about the frogs, so I'll be waiting for you inside. And Mura leaves you to finish your cleaning. If you want to look at the stars a bit more, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, we can head inside. All right. Give me one sec. That's a bit too much for the shop. There we go. You head inside the shop, and Dunn's finished closing up for the day. All right, so you guys said something about some giant toads and like a toad guy? Is that right? How do you want to go about this?
You can spill the beans to Dunnan completely, or you could try and hide stuff from him. You do have a good deception skill. That being said, you've established a bit of a rapport with Dunnan. So, it's up to you how you want to handle this. What do you want to explain to Dunnan about the frogs? Just throw out your ideas in the chat. Have him empathize. That's a good option. Any others? No. Well, what particular stuff do you want to hide? I need to know what information you exactly want to omit. I'm using the Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton soundtrack for this, and, like, honestly, it has been giving me nothing but bangers. Alright. So, are we in agreement? Tell him basically the whole story, except for the whole reason for the Frog Army? Alright, I'm gonna need a simple deception check. It's gonna be like an 11. You get to roll 3d6 for this, so I need somebody to roll 2d6, and I need somebody to roll 1d6. Alright, with your base rolls, you get it, so I don't even need to add the mind score. Alright. Alright. When we were out on our toad slaying quest, we uncovered a note saying that there was somebody hiding in a cave. We went through it, and we ended up finding a guy who was done dirty by a magical artifact. He went to go wish on a wishing stone, and instead of what he wanted, because his name was Frogger, it turned him into a guy with a frog head. Somebody, this guy named Lord Dorsus, put him in a bad deal situation where he wanted a toad army. But, he didn't want to do it, but he was forced into the deal. And when we showed up, he was enacting that plan. We were able to convince him just to say, screw the guy, and come with us. Because he really just wants to help people, right? His whole ability to make giant toads and combine giant toad DNA with people to create intelligent giant toads. All he wanted to do was to make people healthy again. Because the toad DNA can restore lost limbs and cure a bunch of different diseases, with the only side effect being that you turn into a giant toad. And actually, he's been working on a version that turns them into toad people such as himself. So instead of having this huge disruption into their daily lives,
he's trying to make it so that it's a lot more manageable. And we kind of told him that we would talk to the people in town to see if he could open up shop and be safe and sort of use his powers for good. I see. I mean, that's incredibly unorthodox. But, you know, I watch The Amazing Spider-Man. I know what you're talking about. It's like with the lizard, but if he wasn't an asshole, right? Yes, it's exactly like that. You remember furries from our world? Don't tell me a lot of reincarnated folk won't enjoy getting a little toadish. Oh yeah, you know, the beast folk in Samuido up north, from what my customers have been telling me, is a really big destination for people like that. I'm sure that if they had the chance to do something like that, they would, so it's not a bad deal. So, how's that going? We didn't have time to do it today. We had a whole thing with the Clothier, Bacchus. Oh yeah, he's a bit of an asshole, isn't he? Well, I say that he's an asshole, but honestly, you know, once you do business with him, and prove that you'll admire his art, you just really have to stroke his ego. Oh, also, the frog guy has a frog head. Oh, so he isn't just a frog? No, imagine like a normal guy in a lab coat with a frog head. Oh, weird. Oh, and we also have a giant toad friend, Froggy. He's a good boy, and he's smart. We gave him a muffin, he didn't eat us. And he seems to understand human speech, even though he can't talk. Oh, so that's probably why you couldn't get him into the gates, huh? Yeah, we don't want to cause a panic. Yeah, and if there are quests for slaying giant toads, I don't think that they would be really welcome in here. Oh, by the way, we started a quest to make Froggy more accepted by the people. We want to get him into the town, but we don't want the guards to kill him, so... Oh, so like you want to attract the newbies, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. We want the adventurers to go see that Frogger is a cool guy, and maybe when we talk to everyone about laying him in, that'll soften opinions. I mean, if you think that this sounds okay, do you have any ideas for us? Because we don't know this place very well. Well, lucky for you, I'm a merchant, so I have gotten to know a lot of people. Once your quest has been gone through, how many people did you recruit for this quest? We set a pool for like 200 people. 200 people? Okay, jeez. God, I don't know if there are that many adventurers in town, but some normal people might go and do it just for the curiosity. I'll tell you what, once this quest has run its course, I'll help set up an audience with the people who run this place. Actually, you know what? They know me personally. I'll do it for you. I'll talk to them about letting Frogger and Froggy in. And they'll probably have like a public town forum about doing that. And everyone can sort of decide whether they want to let the frogs in or not. How's that sound? Yeah, thank you. You're a lifesaver. Honestly. Just keep going to this store. That's all I ask. You were, I know we just met back in Japan, but, you know, since we're from the same place, and we like the same stuff, we like collectibles, I feel kind of a kinship with you, so I'll pull through for you. Just give me a shout once your quest has run its course, and we'll figure things out. Alright, should be like about a week? A week? Okay. I'll start getting preparations once I hear people talking about, your frog friends. Just remember, the report has to be good. Well, and who knows? Maybe this town will become a redestination if you help Froggy. Bring more business in. Oh yeah? Maybe I should start having you hand out my coupons now. And he flashes one of Dojan's coupons. This fop went into my store and tried to get me to go to the Clavier, but when I told them that I thought that he was kind of a dick, they just sort of scoffed at me and left. Can you purchase a snack before you rest or move on? You'd need to go to the grocer if you want to do that. The general store has, like, some basics, but they don't have, like, groceries. That being said, they do serve food at the inn, so you can also go there. Probably buy some food in the morning since the shops are closing up. Yeah, well, I mean, I could... Alright, I should probably say for Corin. Mind if we, like, buy something on our way out? Well, you know, I kind of closed up, but, I mean, you got half a bag of candy. I can just fill it up for you for, I don't know, 1,000 Eris? I know it was more earlier, but, you know, we're friends now, so I'll fill up the rest of your bag of candy. For 1,000 Eris. You want to drop 1,000? Top us off. All right, you are now the proud owner of a full bag of Competo. Get those good gummies and Reese's cups. How many points per candy? Half a bag filled up 1 NP. So the whole bag will fill up 2. It's a small bag. Like, how can I explain it? You know when you go to, like... God, I don't know... This is the problem of growing up in Canada in the 90s. I don't know how many people would relate to this, but, like, you know when you go to the gas station and get the bulk candy and they have those bags? It's like one of those bags. And here, give me 1 sec. This is the candy that you got. It's called Competo. Give me a sec to put on the display capture. Come on. There you are. So... well, it's... these bad boys. So, they're kind of like... they look like the Starbits from Mario Galaxy, right? This is actually... yeah, this would be the bag that you got. Something like that. Not the candy bra. I have no idea what's going on with there. That's not Competo. That's probably like that gross chalky candy. But this is the Competo. Give me 1 sec to... God, where did the display capture go? There it is. All right. So did you want to turn in for the night then? Infina Carson! Carson, Carson, Carson. Shops are closed now. You've dealt with the Froggy and Frogger situation. What else would there be to do? Let's take a look at the list. In the course of this day, you purchased a horse named Catherine. You tried to swindle Bacchus, but you got swindled back. You tried to haggle Bacchus, and then he swindled you. You put up a quest for Froggy and Frogger with a pool where it's literally just go and meet them, get a coupon, and then come back. Your deal with the current quest is you have 1 week to distribute coupons for the clothier and blacksmith. They have to be redeemed in order to count. If you win, you get to keep Mura's armor, get a new lance, plus Dojan will help you out. If you lose, Dojan gets a new piece of equipment, and they take you and Mura to be researched at the Crimson Magic Clan village. That being said, Mura has studded mail now, so she has some defense points. Yeah. That is what you have done. Person like spent half an hour helping Mura study her letters. Alright. Give me 1 sec. Where are you? Other tab. You walk home, and the street lamps have been turned on. So you're walking basically by candlelight and starlight. Also, thank you very much, Starkilled, for following. The candlelight lights your way to your inn, and as you step in, they're serving some midnight snacks. What do you want to grab from the snack bar? There's some muffins from this morning, you know, just whatever they had left. Nice to see you, Starkill. Here. I will give you, in chat, just some quick stuff about what we are doing right now. So Streamsekai is a live roleplay event where we play the Konosuba TRPG. I'm the GM, and you guys are playing as Korin Kadoya, a 25-year-old guy. Everyone makes decisions together. It's a chill comedy vibe, so, you know, slice of life in combat. You're playing as Korin Kadoya, 25-year-old American-Japanese guy who moved to Tokyo for college, but he spent the last years in NEET. After his sudden death, a mysterious goddess sent him to another world as an adventurer. He was given a set of trading cards that lets him change class to one whose card he owns, once per combat encounter, or anytime outside of combat. When you level up or find them in the wilds, you get skills as a booster pack. So everything's card-based. Your friend is Mura, a little purple-scaled kobold with a cape. They got a great sword, and they're able to channel rune magic to buff you up or give elemental powers. They really want the gems that you get. Oddly enough, the kobolds in this world are kind of like bipedal dogs. Just imagine a dog standing on its hind legs and being able to shoot a bow, and that's what the kobolds are in this world. So Mura is a bit of an odd one out. Right now, you're on a quest to drum up business for the local clothing and blacksmith shop. You were challenged... Bow-pups of death, exactly. You were challenged by a mysterious goth person named Dojan. They use creation magic and is from the Crimson Magic clan, who is researching the multiverse. No one seems to recognize their profession, but Korin and Mura seem to be a breakthrough into their research. So the deal that they made was whoever can drum up the most business for this shop will get a boon. If you win, your kobold friend gets to keep some armor, you get a new spear, and Dojan will join your party. If you lose, however, Dojan gets a custom piece of equipment, and they're going to take you to the Crimson Magic Clan village in order to get researched. Right now, we have finished a day of adventuring and are on our way back to the inn. You're at the snack bar. In front of you are your choice of muffins. There's some little... You know when you are craving a midnight snack and you have like some sausage and some cheese and some crackers in the fridge? Well, the crackers hopefully aren't in the fridge. That's a weird place to put them, but sometimes they end up there. Can you tell the muffins about the shop? You lean into the muffins and say, "Hey, maybe give one of these out." And you put one of your coupons in with the muffins. Your kobold friend Mura looks at you very weirdly. Oh, do you think somebody will take it from there? Maybe. I mean, if we don't leave it, then we don't have a chance, right? Fair enough. What other snacks are at the snack bar? That, like, at the end of the evening? What are some good midnight snacks? I'll take some suggestions in the chat. Poison. Popcorn? Yeah, they would probably have popcorn here. Damn straight on the snack. Oh yeah, orange juice would be good. So you look around the snack bar and you see that there's some popcorn. And you notice that there's some apples with some purple stuff on them. And there's a sign that says, in quotation marks, poison apples. And then in brackets, purple-colored caramel on top of apples. There's an assortment of juices. Orange juice, muck fruit juice. You've never heard of that before, but it looks, like, pale and clammy. Assortment of cookies with chocolate and nuts in them, some snack crackers, little cheeses. You and Mura load up on some snacks and head up to your room, which costs, again, 20,000 Eris, 10 for each of you. As you go up to your room, Mura yawns.
All right, Korin. I'm gonna head to bed. Good night.
Mura, come to the desk for a second.
What is it, Korin?
You gotta study your letters.
What?
Yeah. If you're going to learn how to read, we gotta do this every night. I'll help you. And she opens up her book. It's a very simple children's book, though it looks more important than it is. Imagine, like, a leather-bound tome, but when you open it, it's like, A is for apple, B is for bat, C is for And it just sort of goes like that. Oh, Mura. That's a cute yawn, but we got to get this show on the road.
All right. Okay, so I learned the word prize today, but there's this other one that's kind of making it a bit hard. It's and she points at it, and you realize this is translated for you. You know English and Japanese, but for the sake of continuity with the TV show, it basically auto-translates this world's language into Japanese. So you can see the letters, but to you it just reads like a language that you know. But a problem arises. While you can read this, all you can convey is how it is in Japanese. So when she points to the A and it's like, that's the letter, whatever the letter is, you're like, oh, yeah, that's A, I, U, A, O, and Mura looks confused and it's like, no, that's A, B, sorry, that's A, U, sorry, A, I, U, E, O. Are you sure you know your letters? Oh, okay. So I can read, it's just that it comes up a bit differently for me, Mura. What do you mean by that?
Well, okay, so I know 2 languages when I was alive. I know English, and I know Japanese. And I can read this in those languages, but I don't know this language at all. Maybe because you couldn't read when you died, you're starting off fresh.
Okay, that makes sense. So, is it kind of like what you know?
Well, those are vowels. They're basically like, you can't really make a word without them.
Okay, well, maybe we can learn together. How about that?
And you spend, like, I want to say an hour studying this book and learning how to read this world's language. Which, you know, from a technical standpoint, you can read it, you just don't know what the letters are. So by your powers combined, you make a competent person. Mura knows what the letters are, and you can sort of explain how they work together. And her first lesson's doing pretty well. Do you want to give her a little bit of a test? How do you want to test Mura's ability to read and write? To mark her progress. If you have any ideas in the chat, just spit them out. I'll take any. Also, I'm glad that I chose the 10-hour version of this song, because I completely forgot to hit loop. An easy test? That's probably a good idea. A blank piece of paper and have her write out a journal of today's adventures. Have her read the story to you a little bit, then point out how much she's improved. Okay, I'll make a poll. What kind of test should Mura take? Write a diary? Read a story? What else is there? An easy test? What would an easier test be? How about... Because she just got this book earlier today. Write Korin and Mura's. Oh, actually, right? Yeah, Korin, Mura, Dunnan, Frogger, and Froggy's names. That's an easy test. Oh, I didn't include that. Give me one sec. I messed that up. Write a diary. Read a story. Write her friends' names. There we go. Apologies if you voted during the first one. I forgot to add the friends' names choice, so you might have to revote. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I just turned on the chat. I see that you're voting. We'll let it go for 2 minutes. Those are some good ideas. I think writing a diary would be like a really good thing to build up to, but probably not great for a first test. Reading a story is really, really cute. This book probably has some really simple ones that she can check out. And I liked the idea that Starkilled put down for an easy test. Catch you later, Lopple. We're probably going to be finishing up soon, too. Alright. So it looks like friends' names won out. Alright, Mura. Let's put you up to a bit of a test. How about you write the names of the friends that you've made while you were here?
Oh, okay. I know my letters, so this should be okay.
And she goes about scribbling down on her piece of paper, in this world's alphabet, a few people's names. One thing that you might not have told her is how to spell your name. After like a few minutes, she comes to you with her piece of paper held in the air. And it reads, Kurin, Kurin. Actually, no, it says Kuririn. Like that. Frogger, Frogr. She got Froggy kind of right. It's Frogie. Just Gunin. And, oddly enough, Dojyn. Okay, and what friends did you choose?
Oh, well, I chose you, of course, Korin. And I chose Dunnan, and Frogger, and Froggy, and I know that they haven't been great, but I put Dojyn because they seem like they want to get to know us, and if we don't give them a chance, then it's it's not fair, right? So I hope that we can be friends.
Make simple corrections and praise her attention to detail. Okay, well, here, this is how... And you realize something. You don't quite know how to write in this world's language. You can write in Japanese. So you take Mura's book as a bit of a guide, and you write the letters of the names that you know. So, okay, so this is Corrin, C-O-R-R-I-N. And this is Dunnan, D-U-N-N-A-N. Froggy, F-R-O-G-G-Y. Frogger, pretty similar to Froggy, F-R-O-G-G-E-R. And then... And you think about it for a second. How do you spell Dojan's name? I'm going to need you guys to make an intelligence roll for this one. So I'm going to need somebody in the chat to put exclamation point 2d6. That's a 1 and a 4. For a 9. If you guys want to adjust that, you do have channel points that you can redeem for blessings. If you go into the channel point redemption and you go to the Blessing of Axis, you can add another d6. Or, if you use the Eris one, you can re-roll that one. I'll give you like a minute to decide while I look at something. Nope, looks like no blessings are being used. Dojan. D-I-J-O-N? But as you're about to write the N, something hits you. A flash of your previous life. You lived in Japan, and Japan's big on onomatopoeia. You know, when you're reading a manga, there's go, 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 go for something that's menacing, or like dong for something that's like a thud. But you remember, with your flash of reincarnation, that Dojan is the onomatopoeia for like tada. You're like, oh, if this might be it. And you spell D-O-J-Y-A-A-N. Because you guys did this little side thing with Mura, I'm gonna give you guys the reincarnated person skill, Flash of Reincarnation, where once per scenario, right after making a check, you can add 3 to that check's result. If it's relevant to something that you would have known back when you were in the modern day, you can apply this to get a +3 once per scenario. Just as a little good roleplay bonus for you guys. And with that out of the way, you are hella tired. Mura hops up onto her bed and heads off to Dreamland. And as you do too, you reflect on your day. and fall asleep.
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. That was a real good session of Streamsekai. Such a nice DM. Hey, Felix used to reward good roleplay as well, and Felix is the person that I follow for D&D stuff. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Big thanks to my patrons, Radiance, Guardians, and Trom, for supporting me, and of course, everyone who's subscribed right now. Thank you, Starkilled, for following during the stream. I will be back tomorrow, where me and the Sunday crew are going to be playing Ace Attorney on the stream together. I think it's going to be a fun change of pace. We'll be back with Streamsekai next week on Saturday, but during this week, we're going to be playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE on Monday, as well as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Wednesday, we're going to be playing The Cruel King and the Great Hero, and I don't think my poll on Patreon is done yet for the next game that we're playing on Wednesday evenings, so I'll figure that out. Friday on the Discord is our watch party, where we watch something together as friends. And then, yeah, on Saturday next week, we're going to be back to Streamsekai. Who can I send you folks to? It's already tomorrow. Nah, you're right, though. I think we... Okay, Mims-a-Lot's on. I think we rated them playing some tabletop a bit back. They're playing Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it seems pretty cool. I really like the Warriors format used in interesting ways, like with Persona 5 Strikers. I'm glad you had fun, Bandicoot. And thank you so much, RDF, for posting the chat stuff, like socials and Patreon and Discord. Anyways, give Mims a big old shark attack, and I will catch you later. See ya!